what's one lesson you'd like to offer back?
So what I like to say a lot is to do it all. Like, don't not do anything. So when I look back, I wish I would have did all the sports. I did basketball for a year, but I wish I was more involved in my school, like clubs and sports. So if you're thinking about doing something and you're scared, do it. Do everything you can while you're in high school and even after high school. But take all the opportunities.
Welcome to 10 years of long-term, life-changing legacy of Elevate, a special series celebrating a decade of impact with Elevate Indianapolis. Since 2015, we've built long-term, life-changing relationships with urban youth, equipping them to thrive and contribute in their communities. In this series, you'll hear the powerful voices of alumni whose lives and legacies tell one story. No one gets there alone.
For this month's podcast, we get a chance for us to feature one of our great Purdue Poly alumni, Miss Victoria. This month in general, we're just focusing more as Elevate our longtime partnership with Purdue Poly High Schools and the impact and mission that we've had there. So we've got one great guest and one great co-interviewer. If we've not met, reminder, my name is Gabe Story. I'm the president and CEO of Elevate Indianapolis. This whole series, part of our 10th anniversary, is highlighting great Elevate alumni. So you've heard 6 so far, I think, Elevate stories of impact that have been alumni from George Washington High School, from Tech High School. This month, we're just focusing our whole organization on great students and impact of Purdue Poly High School. With me is special this month, joining in this co-interviewer, is Mr. Gabe Story. So we recognize the last name. Yes, we share the last name. We live in a house together. He's actually my son, who's a graduate at Purdue Poly. Hey, Gabe, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for making the time.
Yeah, of course.
So, Gabe, share a little bit. So you were a 2023 grad at Purdue Poly Inglewood, East Side campus. But what are you doing now for our guests who have no idea? So you are one of our first alumni.
Yeah.
The Elevate alumni, first alumni, first
Very
intern,
true.
You always like to say. But what's going on now? What have you been up to since high school? What's thriving look like for you? And give our audience a chance to get to know you again as well.
Since then, I go to Hanover College. I'm a junior now, so I'm in my 3rd year, kind of the home stretch. I play football there. I'm an O-line, as if you can't tell. I'm an RA on campus as well. I'm a secondary education major, so hopefully teach high school when I come back, high school history somewhere. I don't have a destination yet, but I just got engaged last night as well, so that's exciting. Came downtown lights, but yeah, just been really just working and finishing up school, trying to get through that. So
teaching major, but actually a dual major, right?
Yeah, technically history major at my school. You kind of have to major in both of them, so double major. So taking a lot of classes. This next semester will be only history and only education classes. So getting into it now.
So in that home stretch of all the majors of history and ed, and get ready doing your student teaching already. Plenty more student teaching ahead, obviously. But Gabe, just real quick question. You were obviously in the Elevate. You were in the Elevate class. It was one of our first couple of years at Purdue Poly. But speak to why education. Why did you decide you want to be an educator? This whole podcast series is focusing on the journeys of our grads, kind of their why, how they're on this pursuit of thriving and contributing. But for you, you went the college route, traditional college route. So, but why education? Why do you see that as a kind of part of your story and how you want to give back and invest in the city?
Yeah, as you kind of know, I've pretty much almost always wanted to be a teacher. It was always in a part of my mind. There was a decision there for a little bit, but teaching was kind of something I was passionate for a long time. My big why is, growing up, I know most guys can know this, that you didn't really have a whole lot of guy teachers. It wasn't something that was present a lot, and they were like always history teachers if they were, which kind of fall into that trope a little bit. But I recognize that, there's just a lack of that, especially for Indy, where inner city, there's a lot of young males growing up that don't have that male figure in their life. And that's very important, especially at younger ages and especially growing up high school, you're kind of growing up to be a man. So figured if there's any way I can step in and fulfill that for anybody, I'd be more than welcome to.
That's good. And I know obviously you're playing football at Hanover and the O-line, as you shared. played basketball a lot growing up as well. So talk about maybe coaching after college as well. So maybe that kind of coach-teacher experience, and has been an important part of it, your journey too. So, but today really why we're here is to interview Victoria. And so I thought it'd be great to have Gabe present, who is a PPHS grad, to kind of help share in that interview. But Victoria, just quick setup, do a quick intro of yourself, sign us some simple getting to know you stuff for our guest. You are a 2025 grad, so you're just a little bit out of high school, but you're running full force into what we love to talk about is how to become a thriving contributor as an alumni. So share a little bit to help our guests get to know you.
Hello, my name is Victoria Anderson. I'm a recent grad from Purdue Polytechnic. Right now, my life looks like a college girl, full-time college student, and I'm really going after it. This is new for me, but I'm enjoying my life as a college student.
So let's sneak that out. What's the name of the college so our guests know early on?
Okay, I attend Founders College at Butler University.
Going to Founders at Butler, so that's great. Did you grow up here in Indianapolis? If so, what side of town? Were you born here? What hospital? Just do a little bit back. Are you the only sibling? Get a little bit of that, then we'll get going.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. Most of my life, I lived on the south side.
Okay.
And that's where I reside now. I only have one older brother, so it's just me and him. We're close in age, only 2 years apart.
Okay. What hospital you're born at? You know?
I was born in the ambulance.
You were born
I was born in the ambulance. So what hospital I went to after that, I don't know. Yeah, I was ready to come out.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And you graduated at Poly, the Inglewood campus, specifically in the Near East Side. But so you graduated 2025. So the thing I know about you, I don't know if we've ever talked this before. You graduated, we consider or say early.
Yeah.
But so talk about that for a minute. Explain that to our guests. What's that mean?
For graduating early?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really last minute, and I was like, okay, so I attend cosmetology school part-time, and I wasn't getting enough hours in time. Like, every week you have to have so many hours. So I was like, hey, I talked to Coach Day, like, what can I do to get out of here? I want to chase my dreams of getting my cosmetology license. So they set that up, gave me like 4 online classes, and there was not doing no schoolwork. Every hour I was getting these online classes knocked out. So
you were in person and online for a couple years, obviously.
Yeah, in person. Just the last couple months of school, I was online. So.
Were you traditional 4 years high school, or how did that?
So yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
I finished a whole year early.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Supposed to be class of 26, but I'm 25.
Yeah. So Anne was in cosmetology school your senior year, and so did you come into high school with any high school credits?
No.
So you came in with no high school credits?
No. And then didn't leave with any college credits either, because I didn't know I was going to go to college. I didn't set up for that.
Let's go back. What middle school did you go to?
Middle school, I went to Imadanen.
Okay, South Side. Yep. So 3 years in high school.
Yeah.
So here we are. Purdue made a way. Obviously, you were ready. You must have been working hard in high school.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. So you were focused and locked in, had some ideas. Did you always know you wanted to go to college, or how did that come about? This whole kind of, because we talk about pathways after high school for our students. Some it's straight workforce. Some it's, part-time college in the evenings and workforce during the day. Some it's straight full-time 4-year college. But for you, when did it become clear that college was your route kind of after high school?
Yeah. So I would say it wasn't up until the very end that I decided on college. My whole point in graduating was to become a full-time cosmetology student. So it wasn't up until the end when I went on an Elevate Vision trip, and we went to Butler Founders College, and we toured the school. They didn't have any teachers, no staff, no students at this point in time. And then I went on a second trip with Mr. Johnson, and he was like, this seems like a really good deal. And one of the big reasons why I didn't go to college was nobody in my family went to college. I'm a first-generation student. So nobody said that, like, hey, you're going to go to college after high school. And then it's a good deal getting my school paid for. I'm like, I have to take this opportunity. I'm not going to go now. I have to take this opportunity.
So you went on a vision trip, which some of our other alumni guests have talked about, where we take students to visit companies and colleges to kind of learn about the vision for what life could look like here. Now, to that one, I'm glad you shared this, because for people who don't know about Founders, it's their first year.
Yeah.
It's a first year of college, so it's brand new. As at the time, it was a big room that was being built out still. I mean, right? They had a couple of staff, Dr. Jennedy, but otherwise they were still trying to figure out who was going to work there, what the college was going to look like. So you were early on in the vision. Right? But what stuck with you? And then we'll kind of get to other parts of your story, but what helped that resonate? Obviously, sounds like you got a very generous scholarship to be there, just from the way you shared. But what else? What else made it click that, like, this is kind of my next step?
The staff. So like when I went in there, Dr. Jean Jennedy, like she's like a pure person. You can see that what she wants to do is great, and I love to be a part of that.
So the people.
Yeah, 100%.
So being around the people. I love that. So let's pause. Let's go back a little. I wanted to just tease that out so our guests kind of knew where you were coming from and what it looks like. Gabe, anything as you kind of think about questions and want to start us off with, help everybody get to know Victoria a little bit?
I just think that's crazy that you kind of just jumped into a first year college like that. I know
3 years of high school, and then
I know when I went to Purdue Poly, it was still kind of new, so that was interesting. Did it scare you at all? Were you a little nervous for something that was, you were the first class, I guess, ever?
Absolutely scared, and it's still tough being there because we can't fall on really anybody. We're all learning. The teachers are learning. A lot of my professors are first year teaching.
That's good. So what's your first gen college, to your point? What's your family think about that though? That's a big
proud.
deal.
Yeah, they're super proud, and that's another tough part about it. I can't really ask, fall on anybody for being a first generation college student. Like alone in family, but I mean like the staff, like they're really supportive and help wherever help is needed.
So you said family's super proud of you, though.
Yeah.
Taking that step.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they are. So, looking back, go back to childhood, high school age, or prior, obviously, what are a couple of memories you look back that were just really formative to help you be the person that you are? Kind of childhood, youth age, anything stand out that help our folks get to know? Like, obviously, they're going to hear loud and clear, like you're running after some things.
Yeah.
But what helped form the person that you are to get to this point?
Yeah, so I would say my parents splitting up, and me and my brother instantly went with my dad. So growing up really poor, like me, my brother, and my dad all in a sleeping room. So for somebody who don't know what a sleeping room is, it's a big house with bedrooms, and you go in there. So it's just one room, me, my dad, and my brother. So growing up like that, it was like, we're not doing this. And then catching 2 buses to school in the morning, taking the city bus, cold, freezing outside. We're not doing this. So working harder, having to work harder.
So going to 2 buses to school to go to where? To what school?
To elementary, 31.
Okay. Is that Southside
James
School?
A. Garfield.
Okay, Garfield. Okay, Garfield Park. Yep. So taking 2 buses to get to elementary school.
Yeah.
And then obviously beyond that, as you went to Madonna in high school, probably bus journey too still.
Yep, catching the bus. Because at that point, they had a school bus, but we lived on East Washington Street at this time, so there wasn't no bus routes over there. So we'd have to take the first bus to downtown and then to my school.
So you must have moved around a little bit to be able to kind of move around a little bit to be able to, but you're staying at the same school, but you're moving some.
Yeah, we made a way, not switching schools. We made a way to get to school every morning.
Made a way.
Never wanted to switch schools.
So your dad that was obviously a priority for him.
Yeah, getting us there, and then you got to think he had to make his way back. So after he took us there, he's taking 2 buses back to get home.
So your dad was always on the bus with you?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah. Yep.
So riding the bus with you to get you to school, riding the buses back, and then at some point you had to get home, right?
Yeah.
So he probably ride the bus again.
Same thing back.
So that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. Anything else looking back that kind of formative for your journey that you feel like helped kind of you become the person that you are in high school or person you are now, obviously after high school? Where do you think this work ethic, the drive to get out of high school in 3 years, the drive to be a first gen college student, where did that come from? Who's that come from?
I could tell you, looking at my parents, they're not role models. And that sounds a little harsh, but they didn't like set the way. So when I look at them, I'm like, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. So knowing like that I want a better life for myself and then for my generations to come. So just working harder, want nice things, and to live better, really.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's move to the current. So being a college student, and what's your kind? I know but the Founders College is a 2-year program. Do you see yourself stopping there? Do you see yourself ongoing? What are you thinking? Current thoughts now, anyway.
Current thought, I'm definitely open to doing 2 more years, but I have to look at cost and, do I want to go that route? But right now, I'm focused on getting the 2 years done.
What's
I guess
the major?
no doubt getting the 2 years done. I'm going to school for business management studies.
Okay. Good. So business degree and associate's business, and then evaluate after that.
Yeah.
What's it like being a college student, though? So
What's
I
it
mean, yeah, first-gen college student, but in general, like you're full-time college. So what's that life look like for you now?
So, for Founders College, they don't have dorms for us. We're only 2 years, but so it looks like commuting to school, like a 20-minute drive every morning. My first class starts at 11, which it'll change this upcoming semester. But looks like commuting to school, and then getting classes done. And it's not like high school. It's real. The teacher's not going to be on you to get it done, and it's really independent.
But you have classes, like
Yeah.
the traditional classes,
Yep.
and so you got homework and all that stuff.
Mhm.
How many hours a week do you feel like it's work as a full-time college kid? How much time are you spending studying and evenings and weekends, or what's that like? Class not till 11. No one's going to give you a lot of empathy in that. So you get there by 11, but obviously there's a whole lot more work than just going to the classes, right?
Yeah. So the way my schedule's set up, obviously, if I'm not at school till 11, I have time to get there early and knock anything out. But we have time in between classes to get anything done.
So you're able to keep up pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
And then are you working outside of college?
Yes.
Okay, so talk about that.
Yeah. So I'm a manager at my 9-to-5 Penn Station. I manage there part-time. And then I have my hair business on the side where I take clients throughout the week.
Okay. And then when you're on breaks from college, I assume you're working a lot more since you're not taking classes. So,
Yeah.
So work in summers and in breaks is a really important part of how you're kind of keeping life up, right?
Right.
What's that look like for you? Kind of this, like, maintaining that, got to work all the time as much as I can while I'm going to college. How do you balance all that? Because that's a lot.
It definitely is a lot, and I'm used to it. I've been doing it for years now. Since 15, really 14, I've been working, but I've been at Penn Station since 15. So
Since
I'm
age
like
15.
since age 15.
Okay.
So I'm in the groove. I plan out my weeks. I have a planner, so I stay on top of what needs to be done.
So you have a planner.
Yes.
And you're a manager, and you're a college student. So at some point, Penn Station, whichever one you're at, however this would, at some point they're going to have to let you go.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a hard reality,
Yeah.
because they're probably been thrilled to death to have you since age 15, and you're probably hard to replace.
Yeah.
You're probably not staying there forever, though, right?
Absolutely.
I get a sense that that's not the lifelong
No,
plan.
no.
I mean, the sandwiches are good and everything, but
Yeah. Can't do that forever.
So let's look at, in 10 years from now, Gabe, I'm going to kind of come back to you here. The next question, do you think about kind of in the same future vein? But in 10 years from now, if you had to paint a picture of Miss Victoria Anderson thriving and contributing, kind of what does thriving look like for you in 10 years? Like just help our guests get a picture of where your mind, if you get to see this thing forward, what's it look like? What stands out to you?
Yeah. So thriving in 10 years, that's a jump. I like to look at
5
the future,
years?
but
I mean,
I live in the present. So obviously I'll have a college degree at this point. In 27, 10 years, 27. Man.
Want to go 5 years? Is 10 years too far out?
Thriving in 10 years.
Yeah, just what's healthy? What's the best version of you look like if you're out of college?
Yeah, out of college, I'm living hopefully I'm somewhere working where I'm happy. 27, yeah, I want to be somewhere where I love to be at.
You want to live here in Indianapolis still?
And that's tough. This is home, but I definitely want to travel. I don't know about moving and making somewhere else home, but
Okay. Gabe, got something? I got her thinking over here.
I mean, definitely still here in Indy. I mean, I don't think I've ever thought of moving somewhere else. Like, it's always been home. My plans are it'll be home the rest of my life. But teaching, hopefully IPS school, hopefully something where I'm making a real change from the teaching perspective, coaching, things like that. Just at least I think thriving, if in 10 years I can look back and I can say like I've had a positive like effect on the students who came through my classroom, came through my team, whatever sport that may be, I think I'm okay with that. I'm thriving with that.
Okay. What's a question you want to ask Victoria? We've got her thinking over years. So.
Yeah. I know you're talking a lot about like, your work in your school, things like that. I know it's hard for me to kind of manage a lot of things. So, talking about school and all those. What do you do? Like talking about downtime, like how do you relax? Because I know that's super important, and there might not be a lot of time to do that. But what do you think is like the main thing when you're home? You got nothing to do that night.
yeah. And it's crazy because this past week I've caught myself not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
With the New Year's, so Penn Station was closed, and when I actually like sit and relax, it's like tough. Like I really have all this time because I'm so used to running. I tell my dad bye in the morning. He won't see me till like 10, 11 o'clock at night because I'm out all day, school, and then I'm working. So, man, when I get downtime, probably phone. Phone is an issue. Be on my phone, or I'm journaling, or I'm getting my planner set out for the week.
It's funny. Phone is the issue. So
Yeah,
ironically
I
enough, so
know, man.
one of our alumni, Chris Estrada, who graduated from Tech, when I asked him what are the issues he sees of our city, his concern is the city. The number one thing he said was these kids and their phones.
Yeah.
And so he's a 2019 grad,
Yeah,
so he's
they're
been out a little
taking
bit
over,
longer.
man. iPad kids and
iPad kids.
It's rough.
Yeah.
So just maybe on that, related, unrelated, I guess, as well as you think about being a young adult after high school, our alumni, what are struggles that you see, whether it be something you've gone through or not, that you're seeing, 18 to 24-year-olds, 18 to 25-year-olds, what are they going through today in this city, whether in college or not in college, doesn't necessarily matter, but what's the struggle look like of being somebody working towards a better future, but really having to struggle in the present? Have you seen anything you look around in our city?
Yeah, so I was also warned about this before high school. Like my cousin, she graduated a couple years before me, but she was saying how it was tough. Like she lost connections after high school, like the teachers, her mentors, you know. So I was like kind of thinking like, is that going to be me? And I'm like, no. But I think I do see that a little bit, losing connections. Like I don't talk to a lot of the same people, and it's no issue, but like mentors, people like that. But I can say Elevate's doing a good job at that, of staying connected.
We on you.
Yeah. And I love that. I love being connected. Any event, I want to be there. This podcast, want to be there. So I love being involved, and I don't want to lose no connections.
So you see the lack of connectivity with this generation.
Yeah.
So that can be a struggle. If you could look back, and so let's say you could come into an Elevate class or not Elevate, something related, and you could speak to a group of 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds kind of in this young formative stage and give kind of one life lesson you've learned. And you shared your age. I was going to ask you to share your age. You shared your age though. So I already know but so you're still younger, but you've lived some life and you're pursuing
Definitely.
some things.
Yeah.
What would you offer as help them grow in your own mentoring to offer? What was one lesson you'd like to offer back?
So what I like to say a lot is to do it all. Like don't not do anything. So when I look back, I wish I would have did all the sports. I did basketball for a year, but I wish I was more involved in my school, like clubs and sports. So if you're thinking about doing something and you're scared, do it. Do everything you can while you're in high school and even after high school. But take all the opportunities.
Yeah, Yeah, don't be afraid to fully engage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely involve yourself in everything.
That's good. That's good. Gabe, does a question come to mind on your end, or any things you're thinking about in general that we want to ask her? I got a couple more for her still. So
Yeah. I know we both went to Purdue Poly, and I talked to a couple other grads, and there's always mixed reviews, but one major thing is like they focus on college readiness. And I know maybe the Butler College Foundation isn't exactly like the most traditional aspect, but we're talking about college readiness. It's very important. I think Purdue Poly, at least for like the time management piece, like it's at least when I went there, it was a lot of kind of you're on your own, and that's pretty much all college is you're on your own. How do you think Purdue Poly? Do you think it prepares you for the right kind of things for school? And
I didn't think I have anything prepared to actually go into college because that wasn't my route. No college credits, or I didn't apply to any college except the Founders College. So like I submitted my VASFA like a couple of days before it was due.
So you were that's an interesting, looking back, let's just say this, you look back on your own story, right? So Gabe's question around how did Poly help you prepare for college? In your case, you were so checked out the idea of going to college.
Absolutely.
That you might have missed some emails you got. I know Coach Day, and you might have, that's not for me.
Yeah. But I can tell you, I do wish that I did go that route of dreaming to go to college and applying to all these colleges and getting accepted. But it didn't work out for me like that.
But somehow a switch turned, and, in June, right? Or right after graduating. So soon after graduating, you turn that corner. So that's great. I would say one of the things that's unique, you graduated, and you may not be aware of, you graduated in 3 years from high school, that you couldn't do that in most high schools. It's not an option.
Yeah.
And at all. So that's a very unique thing, right? I'm sure you're aware of that, but I do think, it's huge. And even as you shared, that experience when you wanted to graduate early and they gave you all these online classes, plus your in-person classes.
But I can tell you, even before that, Coach Day was like, you're not going to. Like, the teacher was telling me, like, it was not possible. They you should have said something at the beginning of the year.
I would have said the same thing.
And I can tell you, even with that, when they gave me classes, they set me down and was like, you actually have to take this class too. So it was tough, but they was like, you got to get it done. You're the one who want to graduate early. You're going to have to take this extra class. And I cried, but I got it done.
They were pretty honest.
Yeah. I was like, it's all right. They you rather take this one more class or come here all next year for this one class? And we're not doing that. We're getting it done.
Yeah. Well, that's, kudos to them being honest to you and also making a way and a pathway.
They definitely made a way. So, let's kind of land the plane a little bit as you think about kind of next steps for you. First, what would you say is any concerns you see of our city, that we have donors and business owners and supporters here that are listening to these podcasts every month? What would be anything that is a concern that you would want folks to know from your perspective as a young adult? What stands out? I had to think about this question a lot, but what I came up with is kids taking the wrong routes. Like not growing up in the gang lifestyle, but choosing it. A lot of people choose it. So I would say that's a big issue. A lot of killings.
Kids choosing that for themselves.
Yes.
Even if they didn't grow up in it.
Yes.
They're saying as they see it.
It's like a trend to run around with guns and,
What drives that?
What drives that?
Yeah, what's driving that trend?
I would tell you it starts with one and they follow after that friend. Or they see their big brother. Because, a lot of times I can say like it was in the family. So they see their brother doing it or their dad doing it. They're like, this is a life. But you don't have to have that life. You have to choose that life.
That's good. That's good. So what's next for you? What are you looking forward to the next year, 2026? Anything, and we can kind of land the plane this way, but obviously you're still in school and you're working and everything, but what's something you've got your eyes on and you're excited about?
coming up this current year, I'm not graduating until 27. So knocking out this next semester of college, my 3-year anniversary of Penn Station's coming up, 18th birthday's coming up. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to.
A lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for being our guest. Obviously, this month we're spotlighting Purdue Poly and our partnership there in general. And so alumni podcast for this. Thank you, Gabe, for co-hosting.
No problem.
Good to spend time with you. Go Colts.
Yeah, exactly.
2026, our year.
Christmas.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs. Go Butler. That's fine.
Can't say
That's
that.
fine. Yeah.
Can't say that.
Well, I mean, she can.
Yeah.
She can. She's a student.
Yeah, Bulldogs.
Thanks to all our guests and supporters that make this possible. 10 years of long-term life-changing impact. You've made it possible for investing in us. Hopefully you found just great inspiration from Victoria's story. Thank you for her being present, being a guest. We look forward to many, many, many more in the future. Thank you all.
Thank you for listening to 10 years of long-term life-changing legacy of Elevate. The stories you've heard remind us that lasting change happens through long-term relationships and that no one gets there alone. As we celebrate our 10th anniversary, we invite you to join us in shaping the next decade of impact. Be part of our 50 and 10 campaign by helping us add 50 new recurring donors during this milestone year. You can also add Elevate to your planned giving or volunteer to invest directly in the lives of Indianapolis students. Learn more and get involved at elevateindy.org. Together, we can continue building long-term life-changing legacies.